Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine. Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today's topic, on popular demand and request by all the devotees, we are going to be talking about, the topic is Pancaratra Pradipa, importance of Arati and Abhishek. So everybody wants to know what is the importance of Arati, what is the importance of doing Abhishek, what is the significance of offering each and every item while we're doing the Arati, why we sing Sri Guru Ashtakam in the morning Mangalarti, why do we start our day with that. So we're going to address all of these queries in today's conversation. So the first thing is that we need to understand, I did a little bit of a research, and also from what I have, received the deity worship training from His Grace Jananivas Prabhu in Mayapur, I will base my talk today on these researches that I did. So, first thing is why we do Arti. The reason why we do Arti, there is, we need to understand that there are certain items that we offer while we are doing Arti. And first of all, Arti is actually a profound act of selfless devotion. Arati, Jananivas Prabhu always made this as an opening statement. He said that it is a profound act of selfless devotion because it directly helps us in tackling our ego. Also, on the platform of when we are doing Arti, we are automatically being the servant and we are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like Jananivas Prabhu says that just like when a guest comes to our home, the first thing that we do is welcome them. We welcome them, we offer them a glass of water, then we offer them meals, and then we offer them a place to rest, relax. Like that, that is how we treat our guests. So similarly, Krishna is appearing to us every morning. He is coming to our home. So we should welcome him in this same way, like we are welcoming guests. So that is the first understanding that we need to have, that it is a profound act of selfless devotion. And, the items that are offered during Arti, they very much correspond to the 8 elements that is talked about in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhumir apo analo vayur kham mano buddhir evacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtadha. So, these 8 elements that are talked about in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna is earth, water, fire, air and ether, is the gross material elements, and the subtle material elements are the mind, intelligence, and the false ego. So all of these 8 elements actually we are offering during the Arati. It is explained that the incense so during, of course, we offer the the main items that we offer during Arati is incense, then we offer the ghee lamp, then we offer water, we offer cloth, we offer flour, and then we offer the chamara and the vyajana, which is the peacock fan. So these items, of course also the conch shell, we offer the blowing of the conch shell. So these 8 items basically, Ashta Upacharas. So these 8 items that we offer represent different elements of these 8 elements that we are, of the material elements. Like it is said that the flour and the cloth, that represents Mother Earth. The water represents, of course, the element water. The ghee lamp represents fire. The chamara represents air, the element of air. Even the vyajana, the peacock fan, that also represents air. The sound of the conch shell and the sound of the bell represents ether. Ether means sound vibrations. And the incense, they also, of course, have an element of earth in them. They have an element of fire in them. So it's a combination of both. And then we have, when we are chanting different mantras, when we are singing the bhajans at the time of offering the arti, that emotional involvement includes, it represents the mind actually. And the intellectual focus on the purpose of the arti, why we are doing the arti, that is representing the intelligence. And when we offer obeisances to the Supreme Lord after, we do the arti, before we do the arti, and when we, offer obeisances to the Vaishnavas, that is representing the ego, the false ego. Because we are offering obeisances, that is, we are subduing our false ego. So, this is why we offer Arti, because these material elements, they represent in the Arti, these articles, different articles that we are offering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we are doing all of this, we are actually offering all of the material elements, even in our own bodies, that we are offering to the Supreme Lord. And why we do this Arti? It is because it is prescribed in the Vedic texts, especially in the Narada Pancharatrika. Narad Muni, Srila Prabhupada actually followed, the standards that we have in ISKCON is the same standard that Srila Prabhupada has given to, the same standard that has been given by Srila Narad Muni in his book Sri Narada Pancharatra. So, that is why we do, because it's coming down in our parampara. And when we follow this procedure, it helps us, in accepting the mercy. It puts us in the right position to accept and receive the mercy of the Supreme Lord. That is why we perform Arati. Now we'll go into details of, we understood why we offer these specific, 8 elements, why we do offer that. We understood that. And how we offer the 8 elements, we'll go over that very quickly. When we offer, before we start off the Arati, we should blow the conch shell 3 times, announcing that, whenever we are very happy, we make an announcement. And also it is said that the blowing of the conch shell, it is said to dissipate any kind of inauspiciousness around 10-mile radius of where that sound is blown of the conch shell. Within 10-mile radius, there is no inauspicious things that can, linger around. It kills and destroys any kind of inauspiciousness within the 10-mile radius of the blowing of the conch. That is how potent and powerful the blowing of the conch shell is. So when the conch shell is blown, we are announcing that the Supreme Lord has made his appearance, and, it's like how in the, when in previous days, when the army would attack a particular kingdom, the way everybody is notified by is, they would, bang on this, huge, like a bell kind of thing. They would bang on that, dong, dong, like that, and the entire city would vibrate, and they would know that, okay, there is some alarming news, there is some kind of something, emergency. So like that, similarly, when we are blowing the conch shell, we are actually making an announcement that the Supreme Lord is about to manifest. So then we welcome the Supreme Lord first by giving him the fragrance, the smell of very beautiful incense. And the way the incense is offered is that we take blessings and permission from our spiritual master, from Srila Prabhupada, the entire Guru Parampara, and then on their behalf, we first offer 7 times around each deity. If we have Jagannath, then we first offer to Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, then we come down to Gaurnitai. If you have Gopal, then after Jagannath, you offer to Gopal, then you offer to Gaurnitai, then you come down to the 6 Goswamis, and then to the Guru Parampara from senior to junior, and then you finally show to, 7 times around the spiritual master, and then you turn around and show to all the devotees. Now sometimes we are alone when we are doing the Arati, especially at home. We can sometimes be alone, and it is said that, oh, there are no Vaishnavas, why should we turn around and, show? But it is explained that as soon as that conch shell is blown, even if there's physically no Vaishnavas in the house, but it is explained, Srila Prabhupada says that the demigods, the devatas, they come and make their appearance on the walls of that temple room so that they can witness the Arati being performed. So if there's no one physically present, then you at least show the prasad of, the deities, you show it to the devatas, so they all can get the benefit. That is the reason why we turn around and, show it to all the Vaishnavas. So that is the way we offer incense stick. Incense is offered 7 times around each deity. Next item is Pancaratra, or the ghee lamp. The ghee lamp, the way it is done is that, of course, after offering each item, we should purify our hands with the Achaman cup, and then we should go to the next item. Then when we are doing the ghee lamp, the way to do that, again, the permission, taking permission from the spiritual master Srila Prabhupada and the Parampara Acharyas, that is standard for each and every item. And we take permission from them, and then the way this is done is 4 circles around the lotus feet, 2 circles around the navel of the deity, and 3 circles around the lotus face. So it's 4, 2, 3, and then 7 times around the deity. So it's 4 around the lotus feet, 2 at the navel, and 3 around the lotus face, 3 circles around the lotus face, and then 7 times entire body, like that. So that is the way to do the ghee lamp. So it's 4, 2, and 3. Generally, the reason why we also offer ghee lamp is that ghee is said to be purifying. It is very, very purifying, and it also wards off, evil eye, it is said, So any kind of drishti, any kind of evil eye, the ghee lamp is said to be warding it off. So that is the reason why ghee lamp is offered to any guests. In the Vedic times, whenever a guest would come, they would offer this, ghee lamp. We know that how, even when our spiritual master visits, we actually first do Arati to him by offering this ghee lamp. So it kind of wards away the evil eye and brings about auspiciousness. So that is the way we do it, 4, 2, 3, and then 7 times around. And then after offering to the main deity, come down to the next, and then come down to all the acharyas, and then turn around, show to the devotees, show to the devatas, and then everyone can take, blessings of the Arati. The third item is water from the conch shell. Now, conch shell water, that is the way that is offered is, it is as if it is like offering arghya. It is called offering of arghya. Arghya means that Jananivas Prabhu explains it like this, that when in the morning, when we are offering the Mangalarti, we should see it that, it's not like we are bathing the Lord. We should not think that we are bathing the Lord at that time while the Arati is going on, but it's just like sprinkling of some water on the, you just, like how, when we go into marriages, when we enter, sometimes, we know this, they just stand with rose water and they just sprinkle on our head. Why do they do that? It's just a form of welcoming. Because, it's just nice fragrance. It just stays and lingers on your body. It just gives a good feel, basically. So similarly, this water in the conch shell does the same thing. So it's not to be understood that, we are giving a bath to the deity, but actually we are just sprinkling some nice scented water onto the deity. So with that mood, we offer the arghya, or the water in the conch, same way, taking permission. And then this item is offered 3 times around the head and 7 times around the body. So it's 3 times on the head and 7 times around the body. So 3 and 7. Like this for each deity, coming down, giving the prasad to everyone, to all the acharyas, and then turning around, giving it to all the devotees and to the devatas, and then later sprinkling it on all devotees' head as well. So that is the third item. Fourth item is the handkerchief, the cloth. And when we say that, we say idam vastram. This is vastra. It's like offering of, what's it called? Angavastra, It's just like a matter of showing respect to our guests when they come, that, like even nowadays we see in many award ceremonies or anything like that, we see that, they are awarded shawls, they are awarded, this kind of, just like an angavastra, top, like a chadar kind of thing. So that is called as giving vastra. It's just a form of giving respect to the deity. So we say idam vastram, and then we are offering the vastra. This vastra, the cloth, is offered 7 times around each deity. Same way, coming down, offering to the acharyas, and then to the devotees and to the devatas. So that is the handkerchief. Next comes the flower, or gandha. The flower, the category in the flowers is that the first condition should be that the flowers should be fragrant flowers. We cannot offer a red hibiscus. We cannot offer a few flowers which are said to be not fragrant. But, here in the U.S., we are so unfortunate that even here the roses also don't have any smell. It's very unfortunate that the roses that we buy in the store, they also don't have any kind of fragrance. So what we do is we cheat over here, especially where life is so artificial. But we take these flowers and then we put some nice, oil, scented oil, like a sandalwood or rose, natural oil. You just rub it on the flower so that it smells good. And then it's like offering of a flower, to the deity. The flower is in the form of a gift, that you're giving a gift of, your loving, it's a loving reciprocation of offering a rose like that to the deity as the guest. And then you offer that. That also is offered 7 times around the entire body of the deity. And then coming down to the acharyas, then to the devotees, like that. That is the way we offer the flower. Next comes the chamara. The chamara is also offered, you can go 3 times, like lifting it up and coming down, do it 3 times or 7 times. It's up to us. It's 3 or 7, both are fine. Just going up and coming down like a fanning kind of a motion. And it's just to ward off, Jananivas Prabhu very funnily explains this. He says that, when a devotee is sitting or when the deity is sitting, there are so many flies that are buzzing around the deities or mosquitoes that can be there. So generally you fan them so that, this doesn't come. That's how you treat your guests. And that's basically what this is. With the chamara, you actually are warding off any kind of, mosquitoes or flies or buzzing insects like that. And the Vyanjana or the peacock feather, that peacock fan, that also is to be offered only in the summer season. Starting actually from the end of Kartik, the last day of Kartik, or, depending on whenever it's cold. In the US, sometimes it starts to get cold even before Kartik. So sometimes, if the temperatures are really dropping, then we should not use the peacock fan for the deity, because peacock fans give a very nice, cool, gentle breeze. That's the purpose of the peacock fan. So only in summertime is it allowed. So generally, traditionally, it starts on Oran Shashti. Oran Shashti is the day that it is understood that officially winter sets in. But nowadays, even in Mayapur, like last year in Mayapur, they actually had to stop the peacock fan right after Kartik because it started getting cold. So they had to stop it, and they couldn't wait even for Oran Shashti. Oran Shashti comes in the first or the second week of December generally. But this time they had to stop the peacock fan use right after Kartik because it had started getting cold, and generally they restart it after Gaur Purnima. So on the day of Gaur Purnima, sometimes if it is a little warm, then they will start the peacock fan. So basically these 3-4 months of, the cold, intense cold winter, we don't use the peacock fan. But the same way, just like the chamara, the peacock fan also can be done 3 times or 7 times. So that is the purpose of the peacock fan. Now after the Arati is done, then again we blow the conch shell 3 times, announcing to the Supreme Lord and to everybody else that the Ashta Upachara or the 8 Upachara, Upachara means articles. So 8 items, our 8 articles of worship that we are doing to the Supreme Lord is now complete. So in the beginning it announces the beginning, in the end it announces the end of the Arati. So it's very important to do both. And thus we conclude the Arati performing of the Supreme Lord. And it can be done in the morning hours. The Mangal Arati, it can be done anywhere from 4:30 in the morning, but latest till 5:30. After 5:30 or even 6 sometimes is okay, but after 6 it's better not to do Mangal Arati. Mangal Arati means singing of the Guru Ashtakam. But then at 7 o'clock you can do Darshanarti. And if you at all, sometimes some devotees, even at 9 o'clock they're singing Samsara Dava, or 7 o'clock they're singing Samsara Dava. That should not be done, because there are specific timings for singing the Guru Ashtakam. There are specific timings. With deity worship, even at home, yes, there are certain leniency we can do. Srila Prabhupada always says that the deities, when they are in the temple, they are like the king and queen. So our schedule should go with their schedule. They have a fixed schedule, and we cannot change that, whether there is, floods or whatever it is. The deity schedule cannot change. We have to fit ourselves into this schedule of the deities. But at home, the deities, they take on the mode of being like our children. So they actually fit into our schedule. So that's the thing with deity worship at home, but we should not take it for granted. Again. we should have a set standard, a minimum standard that we are trying to follow, even with deity worship at home, so that we are not taking Krishna for granted. We have some standard at least that we are trying to follow. That's something very important that we need to keep in mind. The next thing that I want to talk about is why we start our day off with singing the Guru Ashtakam. Why do we sing Samsara Dava and not anything else? Because Srila Prabhupada, he explains that for us, especially the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, for us everything is Guru Kripa. We are dependent completely on the mercy of the spiritual master. Only by the mercy of the spiritual master can we get Krishna. That is very, very important. That is the bottom line of teaching, that only by the mercy of the spiritual master can we actually receive the mercy of Krishna. So that is why Srila Prabhupada inculcated this culture of singing Guru Ashtakam in the morning, because we are starting our day with this mood that our life is actually, it is given by our spiritual master. Whatever little service we are doing, whatever tiny bit of things that we are doing, it is all by the mercy of the spiritual master, to put our consciousness in the right perspective, to put ourselves in the right perspective, to always have this main focus that whatever we are doing in our Krishna consciousness is simply by the mercy of our spiritual master. That is why Srila Prabhupada said that we should start our day by chanting the Guru Ashtakam, so that we can always be utterly grateful to our spiritual master, to our Diksha Guru, to our Shiksha Gurus. We need to be very, very mindful that, those, there is one very, very, very beautiful quote of Srila Radhanath Swami Guru Maharaj that, I just have, that quote always, it always puts me into perspective, and this is one thing that I always remember whenever I sing Guru Ashtakam. Of course, Guru Ashtakam is expressing of our gratitude to our spiritual master, but not just our spiritual master, to every devotee who is a Shiksha Guru in our life. We have our formal, our official Shiksha Gurus, and we should accept our and give our gratitude to those devotees who are helping us in our Krishna consciousness. And that Mangalarti time while singing Guru Ashtakam gives us the opportunity to be in that mood. So this quote that I was telling you, I have this by hearted with me, that Krishna will take our devotional service seriously only when he sees that we have gratitude to the great souls who have given their lives to help us. It's a little long quote, but it's very, very deep. I'll repeat it again. It is Krishna will take our devotional service seriously only when he sees that we have gratitude to the great souls who have given their lives to help us. So when we remember this, that yes, our devotional life is actually dependent on our spiritual master, and we are made up of the mercy of our spiritual master and our Shiksha Gurus, then this way we are having a very beautiful start of our entire day by expressing our gratitude to our Gurus. And that is the reason why Srila Prabhupada actually said that we should start our day with the Guru Ashtakam prayers. And we are begging to Krishna, after chanting Guru Ashtakam, we chant Namam Vishnu Padaya prayers, and then we end it with Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are actually begging to Krishna that Krishna, please allow me to become the, qualified recipient, so that I can receive my spiritual master's mercy, so that I can receive the mercy of my gurus in my life. And we also, when we are singing the Gurvashtakam, we are actually begging the spiritual master so that we can be able to render devotional service properly, so that we can please Krishna. You see, so it's a reciprocal, it's a two-way thing. So in both situations, we are always praying. One, we are praying to the Guru so that he gives us Krishna. And when we are praying to Krishna, we are praying so that Krishna gives Guru to us. You see, so that's the beauty of, chanting and starting our days off with reciting the Gurvashtakam prayers. So that is why we sing Gurvashtakam in the mornings. And now we will go on to the aspect of why we offer Abhishek to the deities. Well, just like why we take bath every single day, so similarly, the Abhishek of the deities is also done in that same mood, so that we give them a bath every day. Now, it is not really possible, especially for grihasthas who are at home and who have deity worship going on at home. It's very rare that they do deity, bathing, Abhishek of the Lord every single day. It's very, very rare. Then their entire life of their grihastha life will revolve around the deities itself. Like personally for me, it takes me around 5 to 6 hours because I have quite a few deities. Those of you who have seen them. So it takes me around 5 to 6 hours whenever I dress them and give them a bath. So I cannot afford to do that. Unfortunately, I cannot do that every day. But when I am offering the artis, when I am, chanting, I do a manas in my mind. I'm, thinking that yes, I'm doing Abhishek and dressing them every day, but physically I'm not able to. I dress them once a week. So I give them bath once a week. And that is absolutely fine. There are some devotees who do every Ekadashi. They do once every 2 weeks. I know my mother, she can't do on Ekadashi because for her, this is increasing Ekadashi with the amount of japa and everything she does. So then she does it the day before Ekadashi. So she also does a 2-week schedule, but she does it the day before Ekadashi. So, that way her Ekadashi day is spent in japa and reading and all of that. But, the day before Ekadashi she does it. So twice a month like that. So there are many things that we can do with Abhishek. It's just about establishing this as an expectation of service. When we are welcoming our deities, we should tell them that this is the minimum standard we do, unless, of course, we are very sick or anything like that. And then the deities understand if you're not able to meet the minimum required standard as well. But we should establish this expectation from the deities' point of view. We should do that with the deities. And the other thing is that the reason why we do Abhishek for the deities, of course, other than giving them a bath, the upacharas that we use for the deities is the Panchamrita, the 5 kinds of nectar that we use for bathing the deity. It's milk, yogurt, ghee, honey, and sugar water, or any fruit juices. So these are the Panchamrita that we use, or the Pancha 5, Amrita, nectar. So 5 kinds of nectar that we actually bathe the deity with. And the reason why we do that is because each and every one of these ingredients are the ones that is extremely dear to Krishna, because most of them come from the cow, maximum of them, all 3 of them in fact. They are direct derivatives from the cow. Krishna loves mother cow. And also this is the standard of worship that has been given by Srila Narada Muni. So that is why we do the Abhishek, in this sense. So I think I will end here. If there's any questions, comments, or any reflections that any of you have, we can take that now. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
I have a question. Why do we do, every special days like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, we do Abhishek, but we do Abhishek in the evening in temple. So, and ideally Abhishek is like giving bath, so it should be done in the morning, right?
Yes, that is true. We do Abhishek in the evenings also. Of course, it is because, it is most convenient to the devotees. Krishna is so kind that he is actually, we continue to do that in the morning also. But on special days, Krishna is so kind because everyone can't come in the morning, and that in the morning, actually, it is under closed curtains. Only the Brahmin devotees who have regular seva, they have nitya seva with the deity, they give a closed circuit bath at that time to the deity. It's not open for everyone. But on the festival days, they are extra merciful, it is explained. So therefore, they come out and give darshan and take bath in public, so that everyone can take, advantage of seeing the Lord getting bathed.
Okay.
So that is
also,
special.
Mataji, yeah. Thank you, Mataji. And also, Mataji, at times we do flower Abhishek. So, but flower is not a product of cow.
It's not. But flower is a very important article of worship because it is very dear to Krishna in the sense that it is, it's fragrant, So it is a very important article and this of Pushpa Abhishek. This is the flower Abhishek of the Lord. That is a very, very special form of bathing the Lord, in flowers, because the gopis and, they actually have started this culture of, whenever the divine couple, Radha and Krishna, would be on the swing, they would just, throw flowers at the divine couple, like that. So this kind of Pushpa Abhishek is definitely done because it is there in our parampara. Narada Muni introduced this.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you.
So, Mataji, I have a couple of questions. So in the Arati, you had mentioned that Arghya is actually scented water. So do we need to scent the water? I mean, put a drop of itra or, some oil in it, or is, just Ganga Jal okay?
Ganga Jal is okay, but it should be, generally pujaris put in aguru, or they put in rose water, or, if you have any essential oils, like sandalwood, anything like that, natural oils if you have, you can put in all of that. But yes, it has to be some kind of, it has to be a fragrant water.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And my second question is, you were mentioning that Guru Ashtakam should not be sung after 6 a.m. ideally. So if we have to do the Arati later, like say 7 or 7:15, so that time do we just sing the Darshan Arati? Do we just sing Govindam Arati?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes. And of course, Guru Ashtakam is also sung in the afternoons, especially, for appearance days of the spiritual master. But Srila Prabhupada was very, very careful that there was a different meter for singing the afternoon version of the Guru Ashtakam. So you should not sing, the morning raga is different of the Guru Ashtakam. The afternoon raga, which is allowed only when it is any appearance day of the spiritual master, we are allowed to sing the Guru Ashtakam in the afternoon, but it should be in the afternoon raga.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, thank you so much. And my last question is about the Abhishek, Mataji. So the items that you mentioned, the upacharas, the 5 items, milk, yogurt, ghee, honey, sugar, water, or fruit juices. Personally, when I do this, Mataji, I offer these items only on special days, like
Yes.
or so when I do it on every Ekadashi is when I bathe the deities and I actually change their dress. So on those days, is it necessary for me to offer Abhishek with these items? Because I've been doing it only with water, and then I sometimes put rose water in that.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, because only on auspicious days, you can offer the Panchamrita Abhishek. Sorry, I did not mention this, but yes, you are right. For deity worship at home, we have been given lot of leverage, So generally, when the deities are bathed on a regular basis, the soap that the deities use, for the deities, the soap is considered to be tilak. You can just grate some gopi chandan, and with a cotton, you can just put that and rub that as soap on their body, and then give them a warm water bath. That's it.
Okay.
So tilak is important, because that, of course, if you have brass metal deities, then, tilak actually brings out the luster in the deity, and if you have marble deities, then rub them with ghee. Okay. Just take cotton and then rub them with ghee, and that polishes the marble and makes them glow. Marble deities glow when you rub them with ghee. And then you, after doing the ghee thing, then you can just give them a bath with warm water.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the very wonderful class. I think this will bring a lot of meaning for me when I'm doing Arati from tomorrow onwards, because sometimes it gets very mechanical when you're offering all these items. So I think you brought the essence out to us, so I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, Mataji.
I'm just simply delivering what the devotees have requested. So thank you to all the devotees who requested this very, very important, topic. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class, Mataji, and I will thank all the devotees also for choosing very nice topic. Mataji, I have a question. Like changing of the dress, DT dresses every week, we need to have some timing, like we need to follow?
Thank you so much for your question, Keshavi. But yeah, you don't have to follow a specific time. Do it based on your convenience, whenever it is convenient for you. That is the leverage I was talking about. That is the leniency that is given for deity worship at home. So whenever it is convenient, mostly for, Matajis who do it, they prefer to do it when, Prabhus are off at work and kids are off at school. So whole day they get. So anytime during the day you can do.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. And I have one more question, Mataji. Like while doing Arati in the altar, we have Nrsimha Bhagwan and we keep Tulasi also. But so should not offer Arati to them, because anyway we do.
You should offer Arati to them. You should. Like I know your altar, you have Radha Madan Mohan, you have Gornitai.
Yes, Mataji.
And you have who else you have?
Jagannath, Baldev, Nrsimha Bhagwan, everyone.
Yeah, okay. So you have so first you offer your Arti after taking permission from the spiritual masters. You first offer Arti to Radhanadan Mohan. Then you offer to Lord Jagannath. Then you offer to Gornitai. So these are the only three deities, right? Do you have Gopal also?
Yes, Mataji, the Gopal.
So after Jagannath, you offer to Gopal first.
Okay.
And then to Gornitai. And after Gornitai, you offer to Lord Nrsimhadev.
Okay.
Okay. After you offer to Lord Nrsimhadev, then if you have a picture of Panchatattva, you can offer to picture of Panchatattva. And after doing, or if you don't have Panchatattva, that's fine. But, first we should always offer to the deity, it is explained. Like for me, in my altar, I have Nrsimhadev deity. So before offering to Gornitai deity, I offer first to Lord Nrsimhadev, Lakshmi Nrsimha deity. But because you have Nrsimhadev in the picture, you should always, it is said that you should give preference to the deities first. So you first offer to the deity and then to Lord Nrsimhadev, and then you can offer to Tulsi Maharani, and then to the six Swamis, and then to the Paramparacharyas, like that.
So Mataji, if we have Nrsimha deity, then we have Gaur Nitai DT also. So then first Nrsimhadev, then Gaur Nitai.
Yes.
Right, Mataji?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice question.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for explaining it in so detail. It was very nice, Mataji. Mataji, I have two questions.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
One is, while we are offering Arati to Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai, is it okay if we offer Arati to all three of them at once? Like, let's say I'm offering incense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm offering incense to all three of them at once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Or should we offer it individually?
No, that's fine. You should offer all three of them together. In fact, four of them, even Sudarshan is included.
Yes, Sudarshan too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like that, Gaurnita also together.
Gaurnita also you can do together. There are devotees who actually, those who don't have too many deities, they prefer to do individual artis, and that's also fine. Like you first offer to Jagannath, then to Baladev, then to Subhadra, and then to Gauranga, then to Nityananda, like that. That's also fine. Otherwise, you can do, together. That's also fine. No problem.
Okay, Mataji. And then the other question is, we are supposed to offer it 7 times, but sometimes it happens that I forget, and I don't remember how many times I exactly offer. That's a few times.
That's okay. You are not expected to, go around saying 1, 2, 3. Don't do that. Keep your mood in a very peaceful mood. That's the main idea, that you are doing this arti on behalf of your spiritual master, and you are actually welcoming the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that should be the focus. And after some time, actually, it becomes a habit. That 7 times it just happens. So especially at the temple, we see that they offer individual arti, but they do a 20-minute arti. And sometimes at home, our artis are not more than 10, 12 minutes, because we are going fast. And sometimes, at the temple, they even offer, 7 times 2, which is 14 times they go around, so that they can do the 20-minute arti like that. So that's also fine, But more than going around how many times to count that, it's more essential to be in the proper mood while, doing the arti, and trying to keep a count so that, it becomes a habit,
Yes, Mataji. Most of the time it happens, but sometimes I forget.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't stress on that.
Okay.
Don't stress on that.
Okay, Mataji. Mataji, another thing is, you were saying that before 7 o'clock the raga should be, there are 2 ragas. One is one for before 7 and one for after 7. What are those, Mataji, if you don't mind?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, the first one is the regular one that we sing, which is the morning raga. That is Samsara Dhava Nalalita Loka Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghana Tvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunanavasya Vandaguru Shri Charanarvindam. This is the morning raga. The afternoon raga is the one that Bhakticharu Maharaj sings in Abhaycharan. That is the one which is, it goes like this. Aradava Nalalita Loka Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghana Tvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. No, actually, it's a little more deeper than that. Hold on. I always get confused. Give me 1 minute. Let me just, this is very similar to the morning raga. Give me 1 minute. Because now I sang this morning raga, now the afternoon raga will not come to me so easily.
Okay, then.
1 minute. Oh. Samsaradava Nalalidhaloka Tranaya Karunya Kalyana Gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. This is the afternoon raga.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Hare Krishna Mataji, one more question, sorry. 7 o'clock you said like we can do, Shringara Arati only. For that we should not sing Kirtan?
No, of course you can sing Kirtan. You can sing...
5:30 Arati, Mangal Arati I cannot do. I have to pack lunch for my son. So it's very important. We do around 7 o'clock Arati.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 7 o'clock if you're doing the Arati. But, while you're packing your son's lunch and, daughters, when you're taking care of that, many devotees, they do it this way that while they're doing that, they actually open up their altar and, because they will have to anyways offer to the deities. So they open up the altar at 5 o'clock and they just do quickly just agarbatti only at that time. And they go into the kitchen and start singing Mangalarti. While there are many devotees who do that also,
Anyway, Mataji, like 4:30 Mangalarti, Mayapur Mangalarti is going on. So we on that 4:30. So we can hear that one, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And then at 7 o'clock, you can sing the, Govindam prayers. The Brahma Samhita, that Govindam prayers, you can sing that. And then you can also sing Yashamati Nandana.
Okay.
At offering the 7 o'clock Aarti, you can sing Yashamati Nandana.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah.
And Mataji, any song is there like when we wake up Krishna, like when we remove clothes morning, when you open the altar, we can sing this Govindam Adipurusham also?
Yeah, you can sing that. You can sing, I'll share, I was sharing this with Divyangi this time when she came. I don't know if Divyangi is on the call now, but I was sharing it with Divyangi when I was waking up my deities. Because what I used to do, this is before my marriage, I still had Jagannath Baldev Subhadra who used to sit on my study table. So I was in Mayapur at that time and we used to go for Mangalarti at 4:30 in the morning and then I would come home by 5:45 because I was doing correspondence, I had to study on my own. So from 6 to 9 I would study every day. So from 5:45 I would reach home and one time what I had heard from Guru Maharaj, that time Jayapataka Maharaj those days, whenever he would come back to Mayapur, he would give us, highlights of his tour and his travels. He would share with all of us. So one time he came to Mayapur and we were all sitting in his room and he started sharing, one of the highlights of his trip that time. And he said that, just before coming to Mayapur, I was in Mumbai. I was at Juhu, ISKCON Juhu. I was there, where he is right now. But he shared that I was at ISKCON Juhu, and I arrived. My flight came in at almost 1:30 in the night. So by the time he reached Juhu, it was, really, really late. So, and he was staying at the guest house near Prabhupada's quarters in Juhu. And Guru Maharaj said that although his body was so tired and he had slept like very bare minimum, he said that when the curtains opened at 4:30 in the morning, he heard the melodious singing by Loknath Maharaj. And Loknath Maharaj was singing the Guru Ashtakam and Mangalarti that day in the morning. And Guru Maharaj said that I couldn't stay in bed. I was forced to wake up when I heard Loknath Maharaj's, beautiful singing. And I just woke up and, that woke me up. Loknath Maharaj's beautiful singing actually woke me up. So I heard that and it really, it stuck to me. So what I started doing from the next day is that whenever I used to wake up my deities at that 5:45 in the morning, I actually in that same mood I started playing Loknath Maharaj's kirtans to wake up my deities, because it was a very odd time. I would wake them up at 5:45, and I've already attended Mangalarti and come. So I would wake them up with Loknath Maharaj's kirtan in the mood that, well, Guru Maharaj got up with this. So Jagannath, you can also get up with Loknath Maharaj's, transcendental singing. That's how Jayapataka Maharaj actually described Loknath Maharaj's singing. It is transcendental. And so I did that while I was in Mayapur, and then of course after marriage I have the same Jagannath deities, and many other deities have now added on to them. So recently again in Mayapur I heard one of our god sisters, she actually took permission from Guru Maharaj on Nrsimha Chaturdashi day that if she could sing the Nrsimha Suprabhatam and wake up Lord Nrsimha Dev. And Guru Maharaj actually heard that request, and he said, of course, you are free to sing the Nrsimha Suprabhatam and wake up the Lord not just on Nrsimha Chaturdashi, but on every day. You can wake the Lord by singing the Suprabhatam. So when I heard that, nowadays what I do is I play the Suprabhatam. Because I have Nrsimha Dev, so I actually wake up my deities every day in the morning before Mangalarti. I wake them up by playing the Suprabhatam. So.
Thank you, Mataji. I never heard Nrsimha Dev Suprabhatam.
Yeah, there's a Lakshmi Nrsimha Suprabhatam.
Okay.